In this video, we're going to see a top Democrat, Senator Patty Murray, block a bill to pay federal workers and then get absolutely demolished by Senator John Kennedy for her stunning hypocrisy. Let's watch the full clip and then I'll give you my thoughts at the end.
You either think that we're more important and smarter and more virtuous than the American people, or you don't. And I think we ought to be treated the same. Now, having said that, I said I agreed with what Senator Paul said. I'm just worried his name on the bill is going to get knocked out of the park. So I'm going to put it in my name. Let's do what, it's not Senator Paul's bill, it's Senator Ron Johnson's bill. And what Ron John's, we call him Ron John, I'm sorry, Senator Ron Johnson from the wonderful state of Wisconsin. What Senator Johnson has proposed, that I voted for repeatedly, says, look, if you're deemed an essential employee right now, you're working, but you're not being paid. Senator Johnson's bill says, we're going to pay you. I voted for that. It also says if you're furloughed, if you're deemed to be non-essential, then you're not working, but you will get paid once we come out of this shutdown. Does that make sense? That's what Senator Ron Johnson has proposed. And as I told my good friend Senator Paul, I agree with him. Senator Paul's name is on that bill. It's going to be vetoed 6 ways to Sunday. I'm going to try to put my name on the bill. Maybe it'll get passed, maybe it won't, but I think I have a better chance than Senator Paul. That's just my personal opinion. It's not meant to be personal. So, for that reason, Mr. President, I tried a third way. It's not my preferred way, but we got to get out of this mess. I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of calendar number 191 S302, which, as I've indicated, Mr. President, I think we've got a chance to pass the House with it, and I really don't think President Trump will veto it if I explain to him it's Senator Ron Johnson's bill. And I further ask that the bill be considered read a third time and passed, and that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Is there an objection?
Mr. President.
Chair recognizes the senator from Washington.
Thank you, Mr. President. Reserving the right to object, let me just say this. We should make sure that every federal worker gets the paycheck that they are owed. And the right way to do that is for Republicans to finally join us and get serious about passing a bipartisan CR so we do reopen the government and prevent healthcare costs from exploding. Instead, the bill that the senator from Louisiana is asking for unanimous consent for actually lets Donald Trump and Russ Vought decide who they want to pay during a shutdown, and that will allow them to stiff everyone else. President Trump has said he will only pay the people he wants to. He literally said, and I quote, "We're going to take care of our people. There are some people who really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way," unquote. This bill would actually let Trump do exactly that. Mr. President, we should make sure all of our workers get paid, not just the workers Trump likes. So the best way to do that is for, of course, Republicans to sit down with us as Democrats, work out a solution to reopen the government. If instead you do as the senator from Louisiana suggests here, then at a minimum, it should cover all employees. And that proposal is out on the table with Senator Van Hollen and Senator Peters. Thank you, Mr. President. For that reason, I object.
Objection is heard. Chair recognizes the senator from Louisiana.
Mr. President, look, I get it. You know, this is why we're in a shutdown. I just proposed a bill, was my third choice, but it's better than nothing, to say everybody gets paid. And my good friend from Washington State objected. I don't know what else to do. I voted 14 times to open up government. I can't change the election. President Trump was duly elected President of the United States. He was, in a free election. And the American people spoke. And some of my colleagues are upset about that. In fact, they hate the president so much, they've shut down government. They hate him so much that if President Trump came out in favor of breathing to live, they would hold their breath. It's not rational. And I just don't know what else to do. All I can tell my Democratic friends is, look, reasonable people disagree, and I get it. But you're just being too emotional. You need to go drink a big, old, cold, tall glass of get over it and realize that President Trump is the President of the United States. Don't shut government down because of it. Mr. President, you've been really patient. And even though the parliamentarian tried to get you to dodge my questions, you answered them straight up, and I really appreciate it. With that, I yield. No, I suggest the absence of a quorum.
Clerk will call the roll.
I mean, honestly, that right there is just, it's the perfect example of what Senator Kennedy called it. It's Trump Derangement Syndrome. It's a real observable sickness in DC. The hatred for that man is so complete that they will literally vote against their own supposed interests in this case, paying federal workers just to stop him from, well, from what? From also paying federal workers? Her entire objection is just, it's just nonsense. It's this performative, pearl-clutching fear that President Trump might get to decide who to pay. Oh, the horror. The tyranny. A president checks notes, executing the law. It's a manufactured crisis. It's completely fake. And this is the part that just sends me, you know, this sudden, convenient discovery of the Constitution, this sudden terror of executive power. Where exactly has Senator Patty Murray been for the last, I don't know, decade? Because I seem to remember, wasn't it this exact same Senator Murray who was practically screaming at Joe Biden to use executive orders? I mean, I looked it up, June 2022, she's at a press conference demanding Biden step up to the plate and just sign an executive order on abortion. No concern for presidential power then, was there? Oh, but it gets better. April 2023, Biden signs this massive child care executive order. Does Senator Murray object? Does she warn about this? This dangerous precedent of a president just doing things? No. She puts out a press release, calls it critical action, and I'm quoting, the kind of critical action we need to see more of. I mean, she did it again for an executive order on forests, called it an important victory. She did it for Obama back in 2009, said he was taking the handcuffs off scientists with an executive order. It's just endless. So executive orders are critical action and taking the handcuffs off when a Democrat does it. But when a Republican president is given power by Congress in a bill to pay workers during a shutdown, well, that's a bridge too far. That's tyranny. This is the party of, I've got a pen and a phone. That's what Barack Obama said. When Congress wouldn't pass his amnesty, he just did it anyway. He created DACA out of thin air, totally unconstitutional, and they all cheered him on. Patty Murray wasn't wringing her hands about that, was she? And they just tried it again. Joe Biden trying to forgive $430 billion in student loans. Just poof. Tried to steal that money from taxpayers with the stroke of a pen, an act so flagrantly illegal, the Supreme Court had to smack it down. So in the Democrat mind, a president illegally rewriting immigration law or trying to steal $500 billion that's fine. That's just good governing. But a Republican president being allowed to pay TSA agents and Border Patrol? Oh, no. That's a constitutional crisis. It's so dishonest. It's so utterly, transparently fraudulent. They don't have principles. They have a team jersey. And their only principle is that the other team, our team, can never, ever be allowed to do anything. Senator Kennedy he just nailed it. It's not rational. It's emotional. They would rather watch federal workers go without pay than let President Trump be the one to sign the check. It's pathetic, and honestly, it's just sad. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. While you're down there, hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.